What's up, guys? Today we're going to go over some animation canceling for the Destroyer. What it is, how to do it, and then we'll show off a little Destroyer CC chain combo that we can do. So you're going to need a place to practice this. We're going to go to the Moonwater Plains, and you're going to go to the Hogshed Pastures. You're going to windstride to either of these locations, and you'll go over here to the Hogshed Farmland. Once you get here, you'll find a few pigs that we have here. You'll see that when we attack the pigs, they regenerate their health fairly quickly. To make sure we don't kill the pigs, we're going to need either a broken weapon or a stone weapon. Stone weapon can be purchased in Viridian Coast, and you're going to go over here to Everdusk at the Foshi Pyres. You're going to go to a vendor named Lee Cholman, and you can purchase your weapon there. Once we have those, we're able to practice the animation canceling. So what is animation canceling? Well, it's just like it sounds. You can see on our left click, we have quite a big animation for the swing. Same with the right click. What we're going to do with the animation canceling is we're going to use it together very quickly to cancel out the animation of the other one. So, what kind of spec are we going to need to do this? Let's take a look. We're going to start with 4 points and our judgment on our left click. This is more for practice rather than PvP. This allows us to gain back 5 focus each time we hit a target. We're going to need 4 points in cleave, just like this. 2 points in blitz. 3 points in ram. 3 points in smash. 3 points in stone shield. And 4 points in fury. So, we have 2 kinds of animation canceling. 1 is during fury, and 2 is outside of fury. Both are used with our left click and our right click. During fury, you'll see that our left click turns into wrath with 2 points into it. So let's take a look at what that looks like. I'm going to activate fury, and I'm going to use the left click, right click animation cancel. So, as we can see in the combat log, take a look here, we have cleave, wrath, cleave, wrath, cleave, wrath, cleave, wrath. This is the simpler of the two. To perform it, all you have to do is left click, right click, back and forth during fury. You'll be able to use wrath and cleave. The other animation cancel we have is outside of fury with just our normal left click, judgment, and our right click, cleave, which looks something like this. It's a little sloppy, but you get the idea. Now, there's a couple ways to do this one. This one's a little trickier. Most people like to use the double-click, single-click method, meaning they will double-click their left click and they'll single-click their right click. The problem is, if you do it too quickly, you'll use the animations, you'll be canceling them, but as you can see, you won't be gaining your focus back because if you check the combat log, only cleave is hitting and not judgment. By adding the second click in on left click, it gives just enough delay for both animations to come off. The other method is using the keyboard, meaning you could bind left click to a button like R and right click to a button like T, and use just the keyboard animation cancel. I use a combination of both. I use left click on my mouse, and I use R on my keyboard for my right click. Whatever works best for you. Now, when are we going to use these animation cancel techniques? Well, ideally, you're going to look to use them when your opponent's tab break is down. And what do I mean by tab break? Well, each class has an ability under tab or another button. For summoners it's there too, but it does the same thing. It removes the opponent from stuns, knockdowns, dazes, unconscious, grips, any CC you could think of. What we'll look to do is we'll look to get that break, and once we know that it's down, we're going to look to engage and put out our damage. So, knowing that our opponent's tab break is down, what kind of combo can we do on them? Pretty basic combo that we can do is we can charge in with Ram, we can follow up with Smash for big damage, we can use Shield Stun, and we can use Blitz. And in between each of those stuns, while they're CC'd, we can animation cancel. So, we'll do the Fury animation cancel first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ram in, activate Fury, then Smash, animation cancel, Stone Shield, animation cancel, Blitz, and then a little more animation cancel to finish. So let's see what that looks like before we break it down. So, during that time, our opponent was not able to escape at all because we know that his break was down. Now, the other type of animation canceling that we showed before is without Fury, just using our left and our right click. You can do the same sort of CC stun combo while using our animation cancel from before in between each one. Make sure whenever you're doing this that you have Smash leveled up, as I mentioned, 3 points here. Not only does it do a high amount of damage normally, it will also do extra damage on targets that are stunned, dazed, grabbed, or phantom gripped. When we lead with Ram, our target will be stunned, and we activate Fury first, then Smash to buff the Fury, or to buff the Smash. So, let's take a look at the non-animation cancel, or the non-Fury animation cancel during the CC chain. As you can see, I still need a little more practice myself. I tend to stay out here anytime that I'm outside the arena lobby hitting up these pigs. I'd recommend you do the same. One thing you might have noticed while we were attacking the pigs and we used the shield ability, our shield stun, is our left click will turn to a different ability called Wedge. This allows us to generate much more focus much more quickly than our normal left click like this. Whenever we activate our shield, Wedge allows us to generate 20 focus each hit, and at the same time we're able to gain some health back from the base shield, which is 20% over 4 seconds. So if you're in a CC and you didn't start the chain with full focus, or you needed to regenerate some health, feel free to keep it up, poke a little bit before you break it out, and continue with the combo. Most of these animation cancels will work very well against lower tiered opponents, and later on you'll have to work a lot harder to catch someone out without their tab, not only without their tab break, but in a long enough CC chain to put some real damage on them. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below in the video comment section, or come over to my Twitch page, Karth_WS, and ask me any questions you have there, or come watch some Destroyer gameplay. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.